final question of the evening, and Mr. Gutman, you may answer first. What do you think should be done with the Light Lease Settlement?
The Light Lease Settlement. We're set to get, like I think you've heard this time and time again, 41 million here in the next, year, with 2 million over the next 15 years. My personal feeling is that we should treat it much like an endowment. We need to develop a spending policy, develop an investment policy, and protect the principal. I mean, that's truly how you build a legacy. You use those funds, use the capital appreciation and the investment income off of those funds to fund projects. And that way you protect the principal, which ideally will even outlast my kids. And you can use those funds for projects. You can take them, you can take the principal and allocate it into different, barrels of money, where some of it could be spent on economic development, some of it could be spent on infrastructure, some of it could be spent on for fire and police. You take those and you preserve that principal, you use the capital appreciation and income off of those funds to fund those projects year after year after year.
Mr. Gaines.
Well, I think that I agree that we need to take a large part of that money, we need to set it aside, and we need to let it work for us, and we need to have something for the future generations. I think there seems to be this attitude, and working in government, I've seen it often. There's this attitude when we have a pot of money, the best thing we can do is we need to spend it all. And that seems to be the mindset, even though we've got input from the community to come in and offer up ideas and how we should spend this money. I can tell you that that decision has already been made, regardless of what anybody thinks. It's already been made. So I think we take that money and we take a large part of it and we keep it and we draw interest off of it. We could use that interest, and maybe because the seeded dollars are gone and the council districts don't get the money anymore, maybe we could take those dollars, the interest that we pull off of that principal, and maybe we can use them for the pet projects that are important to the different districts, because every district is different. I think that we should take some of that money and maybe we could do things as far as helping businesses in Fort Wayne either expand their operations or by setting up some small loans or grants. I think we can take some of that money and we can do some of the infrastructure repairs that we need in the city right now. But to take that money and pay on a sewer project that was mandated by the federal government, that's just the nature of doing business. That has to be paid through the tax dollars or through user fees. So I don't think we should pay the debt down, because if we look at the budget, there's going to be a lot of debt that's going to roll off in the next few years anyway.
Finally, Mr. Jehl.
Yeah, there's a very ironic number. It's approximately $78 million, which is the total of the Light Lease Settlement and the trust. Ironically, that's also the amount of debt that our city accrued in 2009. I think that shows just how out of whack our financial priorities are. I would agree. Right now, the mayor has shaped the debate to be on how quickly can we spend it. Let's set up a 15-person panel whose objective is to figure out ways to quickly spend it. I would like to use it. I would like to use it in the same spirit that it was created, which is an act of fiscal restraint. And I think that most voters that I've talked to have agreed. It can be used as a wonderful income vehicle, along with the settlement annuity, would produce additional income, which would help support this time where we have flat revenues, where we have little income or new income coming in, and we are not in place to raise taxes. And this would be the right way to put a lot of money aside that would buttress us in the event of another major economic downturn or other major unforeseen problems, keep the equity and continue to earn money off of it that would help us plug the holes in the budget that we currently don't have funds for.